Hey boss, how can I help you today?
Hey, does this really get you smoking?
Yeah, it definitely can. Me and many others already switched to it. Here, let me show you.
Name's Devon Francis.
My name is Johnny C.
My name's Truman.
My name is Justin DeBella.
My name is Igor Gramatsky, and I'm the owner of Next Gen Vape Shop.
Well, when I first went into vaping, didn't really know if it was going to be the healthier choice. I really was very skeptical at first. I thought it was pretty much just going to be another, type of habit that really wasn't going to do anything for me. But genuinely, since I've switched, I can not only breathe better, I can do my other job, which has been construction. I've been doing a big portion of my life, and now I don't wheeze, I don't feel like crap on the job. And even like when I go for a doctor's appointment, never have any complaints anymore. Lungs are much clearer. It actually has helped in the long run, and most studies they have nowadays show it's drastically cleaner, drastically safer than smoking cigarettes.
I 100% believe vaping is better than smoking. Like I said, I've been smoking for about 10 years, and I do feel a big difference. I could run, miles now. I could breathe a lot better. I'm not coughing blood anymore.
So I definitely feel 10 times better, especially when it came to sports. Vaping just made my lungs feel a little more wider open so I could breathe better, run normally. Can't complain after that.
I switched vaping myself recently, not too long ago. It took me many, many tries. It is not easy to switch from tobacco to vaping. Vaping is different. It's not burning, it's actually vaporizing liquid. So vaping has definitely been a very difficult journey, but I've made it there, and I know many friends and family members and people that I just know that have done the same. It does not happen overnight, it takes time.
I no longer feel a bunch of mucus in my throat. I'll wake up, air's cleaner, the food tastes better, while it's definitely heavier.
All right, cool. How did these things even work?
Well, they're pretty simple.
So there's different types of mods and different types of tanks. These mods are regulated devices. They have chips in them. They can be adjusted up and down. They have many features. This is a mechanical mod, so there is no adjustment. It's direct power based on the coil build, and that's something that you will need to know. It's Ohm's law. There's also different types of tanks. Some are tanks, which is like this. This is an RT, it's a rebuildable tank atomizer, which the difference is this is you buy a coil that's pre-built. This you have to build yourself in the coil, but it still has the tank, so it can still hold the juice. And this is the RDA, which is a rebuildable dripping atomizer. And what happens here is that there is no tank. It's just dripping straight onto the cotton, saturating it, and hitting it as such. E-juice, also known as e-liquid, actually comes in many different sizes. They come in many different nicotine strengths. They come in many different varieties. And they consist of primarily 4 ingredients, which is propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, food flavoring, and aromas. That's what gives them that smell and the taste. Everything is pretty much consumed on a daily basis through foodstuffs that we eat in small amounts, as is this in small amounts. And their selection goes thousands of different variations. Anything you can think of can be made into a juice, but only certain few that are really, really tasty will actually make it.
All right, cool. Now that I'm set up, what are the laws with these things? Is it like smoking?
Well, it's very similar to smoking laws, but recently they just put in some new regulations.
Some of the regulations that have been put in place for vaping, and some of the regulations that are still going to take effect for vaping are definitely something to think about. Some of the regulations that we have are basically state regulated. At the moment, FDA does not have any kind of regulations in place, but it has guidelines, and in about 4 years, 2022 is when they're gonna release those regulations and see how they're going to work and go about implementing them. But right now we have some regulations with states, such as vaping is banned by the Air-Free Tobacco Act. Vaping, you cannot vape in stores or in lounges or in any place that's public. So if the FDA regulations actually pass and everything that they stated in their guidelines and in the regulations will be a law, then it will be very detrimental to the e-cigarette industry as well as the vape shop business. One of the reasons why it would be very detrimental is the fact that they're trying to ban flavors. One of the reasons why electronic cigarettes actually became very popular is the fact that you have choice of flavors. It's not the bland tobacco flavor that you've been used to for 40 years, you know, and if that was the case, then I'm sure no smoker would ever switch. So right now people have the ability to switch, but once the regulations come through and we can't sell the flavors, we're going to lose a lot of customers. Another regulation that might come out is the regulation of taxes. If they start taxing e-cigarettes as they do tobacco products, because e-cigarettes come in bottles of milliliters of juice, and they're going to implement a tax on per milliliter. A lot of the juice bottles that people are used to buying for $10, $15, $20 can be double the price for $20, $40. And you know, for a lot of people who are trying to use this as an alternative to be cheaper and as well safer, they're going to take that away from them, you know, and it might become more expensive, if not just as expensive as smoking, and that's not something that's going to help a lot of people switch, which is the primary goal, is to, you know, alleviate the 100-year-old brand of tobacco which is proven to have carcinogens for something a little bit less harmful, like e-cigarettes, which they have not yet been proven to have those carcinogens.
So will you guys be around if I keep coming back?
Well, if we can get more people like us to see it the way we do, yeah, we'll be here. If regulations continue to go the way they are, pricing in mom and pop shops like this will skyrocket, and it'll become to the point where people can't come here and frequent and do their shopping here, and places like this will close down, and a huge knowledge part of the whole industry will go with it. A lot of the reasons why people end up sticking to this is because they have a store to go to if they have any technical issues or questions about, you know, what milligram levels they should be using. It goes a long way, and if they continue to up pricing and deem this a tobacco product, then that just won't be available to a huge majority of people.